like a Hellcat.
Hello and welcome back to the channel where, as you will have seen from the title of the video, we have gone for a Dreamcast game today, and that's because the Saturn game that I'm reviewing next, I've not quite played enough of it to give my honest opinions for a review, so I thought I would play one of my all-time favourite games and review that today, and that is none other than the incredible, epic, awesome game from 1999 known as Soul Calibur. There is no denying at all that when this game came out, it was one of the very best games ever, the best looking game ever, incredible sounding and playing. So as you can imagine, today's review is probably going to be very, very positive. So why don't you sit back, relax and enjoy my review of Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast. So once the game is loaded up, you are met by an amazing intro video, which was at that point in time the best intro to any game ever. It was epic, it was spectacular, it showed you the in-game graphics, which are absolutely stunning, and it just blended it all in together into such an epic intro. It's just unbelievable. It's so hard to put into words how grand and spectacular the intro to Soul Calibur is. If you've never played the game, you've never seen the intro, I'd suggest you go and watch the whole full thing on YouTube or something, because it is absolutely fantastic and it really does set the tone for what is going to be a fantastic game playing experience. So once you're on the main menu, you'll see you've got arcade, VS, team battle, time attack, survival, museum, practice mode, options, mission battle. It's really jam-packed with stuff to do. Heading into the options, pretty simplistic stuff, really changing the difficulty, the amount of rounds, how much life bar you can have, stage selection, all that kind of typical stuff that you expect to find in a fighting game. Other options as well that you can look at: memory card setup, records, adjusting the display. It's a really good one because you can move it. If you're on a CRT, you can actually centralize it. RGB will usually push it off to the side a little bit. So once you're on that character selection, you can see you've got a variety of characters: Taki, Astaroth, Voldo, Ivy, Sophia, my favourite Mitsurugi, obviously Kulik, Samina, Maxi, we've got Rock and Cervantes and Edgemaster and Lizardman. There are plenty of characters to unlock in this game, obviously several of them. The bottom row are the ones you start with, the top row are the ones you unlock. You can unlock them Inferno as well once you've played through and unlocked every other bit of things there are to unlock in the game as well. So it really does have a fantastic diverse roster of characters too. So as always, we need to get onto the nitty-gritty of how it looks, plays, sounds, what kind of lifespan you can expect to get from Soul Calibur, and whether it is worth playing today. Now, going on to talk about the looks, when this game came out, like I said, it was the very best looking game ever released at 1999. I don't think you could say there was any other game on any system that looked better than this. I will challenge anybody to prove me wrong on that. Soul Calibur simply looked awesome. Every single character model looks fantastic, crisp, sharp, detailed, completely unique. They all looked incredible. Every single stage is detailed, fantastic resolution as well. Everything that looks crisp and sharp. The scenery, the backgrounds, I just simply cannot fault the way anything looks in this game, and everything moves fantastic as well. It is smooth, it is slick. You think this is 1999, so it's moved on not much, only about a year after Tekken 3 or so, and the improvements over those generation games, the same kind of generation, obviously the Dreamcast is more powerful. It's just incredible that this is only like a year later. It's just such an incredible upgrade, and obviously we reviewed lots of fighting games on the Saturn the generation before, and the leap from that to this is just unbelievable. It just simply looks fantastic. It looks amazing today still. If you play it on a CRT TV with RGB, it looks fantastic. If you play it on VGA display as well with a VGA cable or one of the HDMI converter cables, it looks fantastic too. It's just simply an amazing looking game, and it stands the test of time graphically, much better than so many other 3D games from that period of time. It's just so hard to put any faults on the way it looks. In fact, you know, I can't think of any whatsoever. The game simply still looks fantastic to this day. Now you may well not be surprised to find out that Soul Calibur plays as good as it looks. It's got a fantastic control scheme of a horizontal attack, vertical attack, kick attack and block, and it just blends together fantastically well to give you an amazing control scheme that's fast, responsive, and it gives you tons and tons of moves for each character. The great thing about Soul Calibur as well is it's okay for people to pick up and play and just try and jam a few buttons, because there's every chance you'll pull off some moves here and there, and there's also the fantastic depth for people who want to master each character's style and moveset to become a real pro with that character, pretty much like I am with Mitsurugi. It's got a brilliant balance, and I cannot say a single bad thing about the way Soul Calibur plays. It is simply put one of, if not possibly the best fighting game ever made. I don't think if I went on record and said that Soul Calibur was probably the best sounding video game at that point in time, that many people could disagree with me. The musical score for Soul Calibur is absolutely epic, and it's something that the whole series has actually maintained really well. The music fits the time period of the game fantastically, sort of like medieval weapon-based music almost. It's absolutely fantastic. The musical score has zero faults in my opinion. The sound effects for the weapons, the kicks, everything else in the game are also absolutely flawless. The voiceover as well, he's an incredible voice for this game. He really gives you that sense of epic battles in the way that he basically says his lines. Is absolutely brilliant. There really is nothing negative again to say about the sound effects and the music within Soul Calibur.
You win!
Now, Soul Calibur's lifespan may well be the area where it most excels over all other fighters before it. It has a fantastic mission-based mode where you travel the world map. It's similar to Soul Blades, but it's just got more to it. Taking on different challenges, whether it's starting battles with very little HP and trying to survive multiple enemies, whether it's battling in the money pit where the more battles you win, the more points you get. The idea is once you get the points, you then go in the art gallery and you buy pieces of artwork, which gradually become more expensive, and some of them will unlock different stages to battle on, different demonstration, different other bits and bobs, different outfits, all this kind of stuff that you gradually try and unlock every single bit by doing all the challenges and getting all the points. It really does take a long time to do it, and it is a fantastic thing to sink your teeth into. But as well as that, like I said, we've got arcade mode, time trial, team battle, VS battle, all that kind of stuff as well. We've got a fantastic museum mode where you can go in, watch character demonstrations, look at character profiles to give you a really detailed background insight and look into the characters as well, and that's what makes the characters feel so individual as well. Just the kind of thing that we've never seen before on fighting games to this scale. It was just absolutely fantastic. So the lifespan for Soul Calibur is, quite simply put, it's just way better than any other fighting game that had come before, and it still holds up brilliantly today. It's a pretty pointless question, me saying, is Soul Calibur worth playing today? Obviously it still is. In my opinion, there's only been one other fighting game ever that surpasses this, and that is Soul Calibur 2. It just kind of brought the series on just that little bit further, and really was for me the pinnacle of the series. Whilst none of the other games are bad, they just didn't quite maintain that feel for me, and Soul Calibur is without a doubt one of the very best fighting games ever, still to this day, 23 years after it came out. It's £15 at CEX. It's definitely worth picking up. It actually went up recently. It was £12 before that, and that's when I got mine. But it's such a good game. It's worth every single penny. It's definitely one of those must-have titles on the Dreamcast. If you've got a Dreamcast, you're obviously going to have this game, because it's one of the very best games on the system, if not ever made practically. I think it scored 97% on a Metacritic review, and it was ranked as probably, I think, third best game ever or something at the time, which is incredible. There's just so much to the game. There's probably bits I've missed out, to be fair, because there's so much to cover. I can't recommend Soul Calibur enough. It really is a stunning game, looks amazing, plays amazing, sounds amazing, tons of stuff to get your teeth into and unlock. There really is nothing bad I could say about this game. It really is superb. So do yourself a favor, then go out and get a copy. What are your thoughts on Soul Calibur? Let me know down below with a comment. And as always, I shall see you again soon for another review. Goodbye for now.